Hey guys, can everybody hear me?
Gotcha, I hear you.
Gotcha.
And hear you, which is fun.
Is anybody else on here who's moderating or anything like that? Nope. Okay. All right, guys, we will go ahead and get started. First, I hope I am the host. Let me see here. Bear with me 1 second, guys, and I'm sorry. And first of all, thank you for taking time out of your days. I know how super crazy everybody is right now. So we really appreciate you taking a moment and jumping on to this training today. I hope you find some value out of it. And as we go through, please don't hesitate to interrupt. Ask any questions that you may have. We're happy to, to answer and to kind of delve into anything a little bit deeper that you guys are interested in. So bear with me real quick. I'm just getting this up and running. 2 seconds here. All right, just opening PowerPoint. And I apologize, I was on a call right before here. So anybody has any interest in the Reserve at West Goshen, we have some pretty cool incentives going on. So let me just take a minute. If you guys have anybody in the 500s for townhouses in Westchester, that was my last call. We've got some cool stuff coming up. So let me know if you have any questions about that. All right, jumping back over. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Got it, yes.
We're gonna say, yeah. Okay. All right, guys, so the presentation for today is called Market Your Way to $1 Million. We're gonna kind of show you a little bit of how to get there. Let me get into presentation mode here. All right, so Senior kind of always says that when I say senior, I mean Gary Mercer Senior, my dad. So, over all the years that he's been in real estate, things have changed. Everything has changed, but one thing's remained the same, and staying in front of his sphere, his past clients and farms, has been integral in building his business. And so with that, our team likes to make decisions based on data. And according to NAR, the average number of agents does 11 transactions a year. 13% of it, this boggles my mind. Okay, 13% of an agent's business is from past clients, and 17% is from past clients' referrals. Now, if we take it a step further, let's assume that the average sale price is $350. If out of 11 clients for the average agent, 30% come from past clients or past client referrals, that's only 3.3 transactions. So imagine if you could just double this 3 transactions, you would have at, again, $350 is your average sale price, you would have over $1 million in additional volume. And that's $30,000 more in gross commission income. So if you can just double that statistic, hold on one. If you can just double that one statistic, you could increase your business, your additional volume by $1 million. And think about what you could do if you could triple it, right? And then think about the compound effect of that. That's what we want it to happen. We want that compounding effect to take control. And that's what's going to drive our business. Let me get to my next slide here. Sorry, when I'm in if you guys see me on Facebook, you guys know that I'm getting my tile done in my kitchen right now, which is right next to my modem, which is where I get the best reception in my house. So because that's happening today, and in case, anybody cares about what I'm doing, I went the chicken route and I did the chevron or the herringbone white, even though I really wanted to do the polka dot one. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So again, going back to statistics, right? We'd like to make our decisions based on data. So what really stuck out from me here was that 90% of buyers would use their agent again, and they would recommend them to others. And then 70% of home sellers said they would recommend their agent for future services. I mean, those are huge, huge numbers. And again, now we're just talking about past clients and past client referrals. We haven't even started to talk about your sphere. So think about the possibilities. So let's just say we take an average of 80%, right? So 90% on sellers, 70% on buyers, average of 80%. And then 30% of that is an average agent's conversion on those. And our goal is going to be to get to 70%. So on our team, when I go back and I kind of track our numbers, we're at 64% of our business is from past clients, referrals from past clients, our sphere and our sphere of influence referrals. Now, we also invest in our team, we also invest in internet leads. So a good portion of our business also will come from internet leads. But if you don't, if you don't do that and you still put these systems in place, your percentages would be higher than ours are right now. Just in case you're wondering, the other sources of business that we have, again, we do use some internet sources. Open houses is a big one for us. For us, new construction is also a big source. There are, but mostly our best business, our highest quality business is always going to be the past client referrals, sphere and sphere referrals. So, believe it or not, this is what we used to send out. It's kind of embarrassing. The reality of it is though, these were actually, we didn't send out these exact ones, but this looks exactly like what we used to send out. And the crazy part is, these are actually what a company puts out right now. So people are actually still sending out the recipe cards, the home maintenance cards, and all that. And listen, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think that there's another way that you can go about it. And so here's what we've learned. When we look at our marketing, there's a couple things that, thanks Jim. Jim says the coconut shrimp's yummy. I actually do have a funny story about this, about the recipe cards. And I shared this with Alex and Angie last night. I was saying, one time I got a recipe card, or maybe it was one of our recipe cards, I don't remember. And it was like this strawberry salad. It's like strawberry jello, strawberries, whipped cream, Cool Whip, pretzel crust. And I had wanted to make it for years. So I finally made it. But the thing is, I have no idea where that recipe came from. All I remember is the recipe. I don't remember if it was from an agent. I don't remember if it was from us. I have no idea. So how relevant is that marketing, right? If I remember the recipe, or I remember the home maintenance tips, but I don't remember the agent or the way I got it. So I think that that's, says a little bit. So anyway, here's what we've learned from those cards. We want to be relevant. We want to make sure we are sending out something that is meaningful to our clients, but also ties in some way, shape, or form to houses, right? To what we do. Like, why am I sending out recipe cards? I'm not a chef, right? So what is relevant? Like, what is from my knowledge base that I can share that is going to be relevant to my clients? Because if I'm constantly sharing listings with them and they're not in the market to buy a house, are they going to really be listening? No. And how often are they really in the market to buy a house? So we need to have relevant messaging. We want to be memorable and we want to be authentic. So we want our voice to be heard, and we want it to be heard, and we want them to know us for who we are. So just be memorable and be authentic in everything that you're posting, whether it's on social media, whether it's in writing letters, whatever it may be. Here's one of the most important things. Be everywhere. Meet people where they're at. You never know when you're going to get somebody at the right time, at the right moment, in the right place. So you have to be on social media. You have to send out direct marketing, direct mailings or postcards. You have to send out emails. You have to hold events. You have to do all those things, because if you're just doing one of those things, one of those channels, you're missing out on a huge portion of your market. Be everywhere. Be consistent with your messaging, but be everywhere. Because here's the thing, if our email message says one thing, and our Facebook message says another thing, and our direct mail says something else, are we really being consistent? We're being consistent in posting and doing things, right? But like, we're all over the place. And that's what has driven me crazy from a marketing perspective for years, because I have found that there's not one place where we can get a cohesive message that's going to go out to all those mediums, right? I can order postcards from the postcard people. I can order newsletters from BombBomb. I can order direct mail from RSP. I can do social media posting from someone else, but none of them are consistent messages, right? So what is my audience hearing? I'm just throwing things at them. It's not relevant, and it's not consistent, and it's not professional. So we want to make sure that there is a level of professionalism in everything that we do. We want to make sure that all of our marketing materials look professional, that we're not putting in like word art, and we're not, you know, it has to look professional. So whether you're using templates, whether you're using KW design, there's a bunch of different places that you can use, but just make sure it's professional looking. This isn't the place or the time to get in and try to be creative. Use the templates that are already done by the designers. You're going to be much better off that way. And then be systematized. Be systematized in your approach, because we all know that our lives are a total roller coaster. And despite our best intentions, what I would love to get out on a routine basis doesn't get out unless it's on a plan and it's already done for us. So be systematized, or else it doesn't get done, especially in the spring, which is now the summer. Okay. Sorry, got a delay here again. Okay, so let's break it down on, based on all that information, what we do. So what we do is we basically take one monthly theme. So these themes we have like brainstormed, just it's something that's relevant, something that I can talk about with a little bit of knowledge that's going to make sense coming from me, right? So it would make sense coming from me if I'm talking about your homeowner's insurance and checking in on your insurance rates once a year. It would make sense if it's coming from me if I'm telling you, hey, it's time to have a home checkup. Because I'm saying, hey, I look at all these houses and nobody's looked at anything on them since they had a home inspection 10 years ago. And now you've got all these problems, but you could have had a home inspection and just done a home health checkup, right? So there's all these different things that we can do to kind of theme on a monthly basis what we want our message to be. So sometimes it can be home improvements. Sometimes it's I'm your worldwide realtor resource, right? So if you have referrals, if you've got somebody buying in Florida, talk to me first, right? Just those reminders. And so on a monthly basis, you have a theme. You take that theme and then you build out. You build out your monthly email, you build out your monthly postcard, you build out a pop by. Now some of those pop bys can vary a little bit. They don't exactly have to be right on theme. They can just be kind of cute and fun. 3 weekly social posts, and then 4 events. So this is our formula. This is what we do to stay in touch with our past clients, our sphere of influence, and anyone and everyone that we know, because we want to stay in front of them. And the thing is, people say to us all the time, you guys are everywhere. And the only reason they know that we're everywhere is because of the one, consistency in the message, and two, the consistency in the branding. So because of those things, they are more likely to recognize when they see something of ours, they automatically associate it with us. So Andy asked, so 3 social posts every week for a month, same topic. It depends. So Alex and Angie, if you guys want to chime in on like how we kind of categorized everything.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily the same exact subject. We have a theme and then we branch off of that theme weekly. So we have found through trial and error that what we're looking for is obviously some engagement on social media as well. So we like to do something that involves the community. We call it like our community spotlight. We also like to give what we call our Tip Tuesdays. So that's because you don't want to, inundate people with all this information that may not be relevant for them. So putting together some information once a week that is really digging deep into that theme, that is what we really are focusing on. And then obviously we have our other engaging posts throughout. I mean, Angie, do you have anything to kind of go off of that?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think we keep current with like things like National Donut Day or really, fun things like that maybe aren't on point, but they're, like you said, they're aimed at engagement. And then typically at least, I think we post more than 3 times a week, probably more like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I think at least twice a week, we're trying to hit that theme so that even if it's subtle or even if it's really direct, it's just always there woven in in each of these areas. But yes, particularly with social, it's just woven in throughout.
Yeah. And many people don't realize, but I think maybe 10% of your friends see your social post when you post it. So that's why you need to stay consistent and post 3 to 4 to 5 times a week to be able to, reach them and connect with everybody that you may be missing on just one single post.
Absolutely. And people want to hear what you have to say. It's so funny. Like I have friends who maybe I haven't seen for a while and they're like, Sharra, we saw your Tip Tuesday. Oh my gosh. And comment on it. And I'm like, I had no idea that you guys were even watching, but people do absorb the content that you're putting out. So even if it's like a quick, hey, I'm on my cell phone video, in between the consistent posts that you're doing, adding in that, kind of on the fly stuff. So, hey, here's my new listing at 123 Main Street, or you're at a home inspection and you're like, hey guys, you know what? In case you didn't know, this is what a radon remediation system looks like, things like that. Just, put them in, in your feeds, because again, like Alex said, you can't really like overpost, in my opinion, because that's not all getting seen by the same audience.
And Sharra, I think you touched on something important. What I see, I've been in real estate marketing for a few years now. What I see a lot of realtors doing is posting only listings, only open houses, and it just kind of ends up it all looks the same. So I think what you said, having really a consistent social post that look great, and then adding in a great listing of a live video feed from a beautiful kitchen that you're at an open house, adding that stuff in as the extra things actually makes them stand out a lot more than posting only those items. And I think you and Alex do an excellent job of that.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna move on, and sorry, I wish this went at the same speed I did. Sometimes it works if I go back and then I go forward. Okay, so guys, feel free to take a picture, take a screenshot, take whatever of this. This is a really important slide. So this is the calendar that we use. So July, theme is your worldwide realtor real estate resource, right? We want to get referrals. We want to remind people, friends, family. How many people do you know who have bought a house down the shore and they did not use you? Well, or refer you? I mean, that's like my latest thing that like I'm telling, because some of my friends are buying houses down the shore and I'm like, talk to me. I know the best person down there. You need to have a great realtor. And so, getting those referrals, I mean, those are great. So it's going to tell you when you want to order your postcards, when you want to order your bags or your pop-by kind of trinkets and things, when you're going to email out about an event, when you're going to email out your newsletter, when you're going to deliver your pop-bys, when you might host an event. And these types of things, as long as you have them on your calendar, then you do them, right? If it's not in your schedule, it doesn't exist, bold. So this is what we have to do. We have to put it in our schedule, hang it up in your office. And these are just the action items that you need to do, right? So it's not that hard, as long as you stay consistent. I mean, doing 1, 2, 3, 4, let's just call it 4 things, 5 things every month for marketing is really not that many. If you just dial it back, it's totally doable if you have the plan and you have the content. This is what our social media calendar looks like. So, and then on top of the social media calendar, you can see here too that we also have some of those actual, the newsletter, the postcards, all those things. We have them on here too, but sometimes it gets like a little bit busy. So this is how we have them all planned out. I mean, literally everything is planned out day by day for the entire year. And it's a lot, but it works and it's amazing. It really does. Full disclosure, I was the person who thought I did not need a Facebook business account. I have my personal account. I've got all these friends on Facebook. Why do I need a business account? Well, because it's about being a professional. It's about people researching you on social media more than they're going to Google you right now. So they're going to look and they're going to see what's your social media presence before then they will mostly even Google you. And so because of that, we set up, Alex had actually set me up on, put it onto Hootsuite so that everything was automatically done for me. And everything for the most part, that you see on any of the Gary Mercer Group teammate pages, team business pages, all is coming from this. So it's for us, it's for one account. We post for most of our team members, and on their business pages, like this is just an autopilot. Sometimes I'll put in a listing, sometimes I'll, add something in, but this is all on autopilot and I never have to do it and I never have to look at it, and I get engagement and I get views. So I am in front of people, I'm in front of my sphere, I'm in front of the people who like my page, even the people who, don't like my page, I'll share from my page, and we're getting in front of them, we're staying relevant. And that has been key because, again, that goes back to you guys are everywhere. I see you guys everywhere. So you're top of mind when anyone starts to think about real estate. My biggest advocate right now, believe it or not, is actually the brother of one of my clients. Never sold him a house. Sent me 2 referrals this year. One of my biggest advocates. I see him on Facebook. He sees all my posts and everything we do, but it's about the consistency and it's about doing it on autopilot, because you guys know, just like us, just like you, we don't have time to do this on a daily basis, because no matter how hard our best intentions, January 1st, I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to get my social media down. I'm going to post 3 times a week. Life gets in the way, business gets in the way. And so having this portion on autopilot is key. So I'm going to show you some of the sample stuff that we do. Now it's going to go real fast, right? And the most fun thing is when you have those on, you have those posted, like, again, we use Hootsuite. We use another one. What else do we use, Alex? Is it Buffer?
No, it's called Deliver It. DLBR, Deliver It, yeah.
Deliver It. So that's another one where you can plan out your posts and auto post. But the best thing is, like, you all of a sudden get a notification that somebody commented on a post that you didn't even post. right? So they're answering, they're engaging with you on something that you didn't even really do, because it was already set up and it was already pre-planned and it was relevant and it was asking you. Like we just had one, we got so much crazy engagement over one that was just like a fun one, right? Because sometimes you want to mix in the fun ones, and it was like, was it glamping or camping?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, so much engagement on just that one post. Anyway, let me jump back. So here's kind of like a sample monthly postcard that we'll do. So again, this is the real estate resource one, just because this was what we did in July. And it just stays, the postcards are easy because you can't help but look at them, right? Like even if you're throwing it away, you can't help but glance at it before you throw it away. So again, and then some people save them. I can't tell you, like, so people save the most random stuff, but they do save a lot of mail. And so some of these, they will definitely kind of pull to the side. So it's just branding.
Sharra, these aren't even like, these aren't to random people either. Like, I feel like when you're hitting your sphere and your past clients, those are the people who are actually going to pay attention to these mailings.
Yep, absolutely. And you know that because Alex, and we'll show it, I think, on a slide in a little bit, Alex had twice this past month, her past clients posted a picture of them and one of the mailings that Alex had sent out. It's the cutest thing. So it was a total shout out to their agent, Alex, who had just sent them a card or just sent them, what was it, Alex?
The one was a postcard, but she was just hinting on the fact that I had also stayed in touch with her, over, this whole COVID mess, and then other times throughout the year because I stop by once in a while. So, yeah. Yeah.
So it's great. I mean, again, with Alex is like the queen of consistency. And so she does a phenomenal job. And it just, you can see Alex's business just snowball because of how consistent she is with her marketing. Okay, next one. This is a sample of a newsletter that we would do, like an email newsletter. And this one I like. It's the theme of this month was like something about investing, like home improvement, something like that. Like, how crazy do you guys get when someone's like, oh, I just did this to my kitchen, or I just did this to my house, and you're like, oh my God, you're never gonna get that back. Like, I totally wish you would have talked to me first, and we could have had a conversation, and I would have recommended something a little bit different. But, so this is what this is about. Stop. Ask before you act. Like, talk to us. We're the experts. I can tell you, what maybe if you're thinking in 2 years of selling your house, maybe let's not choose that tile, right? Or maybe if, maybe if you're thinking about redoing your bathroom, and again, you're going to move, maybe let's not do a full bathroom reno. Maybe let's just replace the vanity, certain things like that. So that type of home improvement, again, it's relevant because it comes from us, and it's not something that seems kind of really canned and disconnected, right? Because a lot of the marketing materials that we get are from these third-party vendors that really make no sense, right? They're not written by agents. So we try to keep it real and relevant. So these are cute. So some of the pop-by ideas, again, these don't always fall on theme, but they're just cute. I can't tell you, like when we sent out this, so this was actually, this one was a farming one, but we also did it with, we're so lucky to have clients like you. And we mailed out in green envelopes, lottery cards with a little postcard that looked like this. And people loved it. I can't tell you how many people texted me and were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Loved it. And so that's what we did in March. We did another pop-by that you can do. And again, so pop-bys can be for your farm, or you can be for your A and B clients. So the pop-by we did with these little like popsicle holder, ice pop holders, something about like chilling in the summer. So that's super cute too. And again, people appreciate it. Sometimes it can be mailed out. Sometimes it has to be a physical, just drop it over, on their mailbox, or not on their mailbox, but on their, front door in a little bag. Alex, does a ton of pop-bys. These are some super cute ones that we do. Some sample events that we've done. We've had to get a little creative with COVID. So we're not doing our normal ones, and you don't have to go crazy. You totally don't get overwhelmed by doing client events. Anybody can do one. A client event can seriously just be like, hey, join me for happy hour and just get some appetizers and give out a drink ticket and socialize with your past clients. It doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be elaborate. It really doesn't. So, but we had to get a little creative. So we did a virtual Easter egg hunt around, obviously at Easter. And so some of our teammates did a really great job with they had the kids color the eggs, or color like a poster egg or a piece of paper egg. And they hung them up in their windows, and people went around and they counted like how many Easter eggs could they find. And so Jim, on our team, he did it, and he was saying it was a huge hit in his neighborhood. So those are, some cool ideas of even virtual paint night, virtual bingo. Like there's all kinds of stuff that you can do right now. But the events are great. They go over so well with our clients. We didn't do them until we came to KW. So we were not doing events, and it has been something that has been so nice. Our clients are so appreciative. And even if they can't come, like sometimes it's just the message, right? It's just, hey, we're thinking about you. We want to do this for you. And they've just been so well received. And it's so nice. Like, it's so nice to just be able to reach out to your clients and not ask for business, but know that even though, you are offering them something, that they're now thinking about you as a referral source. So events for us have been huge, and then you get a bunch of touches around it, right? You get a text, you get a call, you get the event itself. There's so many touches that you can do around events. So we absolutely love them. So let's see here. So weird. I have to go back to go forward on this. All right. See, so weird. Okay. Anyway, Jim, we actually used Jim as a guinea pig for our presentation here. So we went back to some of Jim's older posts from about a little over a year ago, and so Jim was posting these types of posts on the left, and wasn't getting too much engagement. You can see he had 1 like. Sorry, Jim. 2 likes. Don't mean to throw you under the bus there, but when we started to post using what our team does, he has 33 comments on his page about, is it the beach or is it the shore? 33 comments. Yes, we get it. That's not necessarily about real estate, but people are thinking about Jim then. People know what Jim does.
And it's with the Facebook algorithm too, that the more people that you interact with and connect with, they will actually start to see your page more. So they might be people that you were originally missing. Absolutely.
And Alex Maynard, thank you for just putting that out there. Today is Jim's birthday, so shout out, happy birthday to Jim. And the same thing when he did, just the number of likes and loves on a teacher appreciation post. Now, again, these things are done for us, and we don't have to think about it, and we're getting engagement, right? Like, got to think about leverage. Like, how can we leverage? We're too busy. We can't wear all these hats, right, guys? So how can you leverage? How can you be getting and be doing and be staying in front of people just on an automatic basis? And doing those programmatic posts is how you do it. It's how we do it, at least. Okay, let me see what we've got next here. Sorry. I'll do it upstairs next time, and I'll show you guys all my kitchen. All right.
Social media engagement.
Yes. So I asked Alex, because she's like the queen of Instagram, to kind of post what some of her statistics are. So Alex, can you kind of fill us in on what you got here?
So one, I found that people like consistency too. So on the right, you can see I took my Instagram from what it was with just random posts all the time about different like real estate things, no branding, to a more branded. Obviously, I'm all things pink, so that's just my personal touch. But on the left is actually my insights, because if you don't have your Instagram profile set to business, you should do it now. That is super important because you can actually see what people are interacting with and liking and which posts did better than other ones, so that you can, try and make, or, for the future, get better with your posts. So you can actually see there, I know it's smaller, but I average on those ones, 400 to 600 views a post. On the ones that I was doing before, it might have been like 50, but I've obviously worked to get to that point. And those aren't even ones that I have my personal, like my face in. So those ones get more engagement because it's me, and, people like to hear about you personally, but just about real estate things in general. And it's nothing in particular. I mean, it's a mix of pretty much everything. But yeah, just that kind of goes into the branding too, how it's important to brand yourself because you want to be recognizable.
Yeah, Alex does a phenomenal job. And so Alex, a lot of these are just auto posted for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is all on autopilot. So want to talk just a little bit about, hold on, I want to just jump back here. We know this took us, my God, how long? I don't even know how long this took us, years. I mean, I think I started when I came over to KW like 5 years ago, is when I first kind of started to think about the issues that we had with marketing. The issues being what I identified in the beginning. There is no place that I can go, no company that I am aware of, and I've looked, that we can get everything that we need in one place. Like I said, I can get postcards from this company, I can get social from this company, I can get, email newsletters from this company, but there is nowhere that I can get everything that I needed with one comprehensive message and theme. So Angie and Alex and I, we worked, over the past, I don't know, maybe 9 months or so, almost a year, on putting together basically our marketing program. And from the marketing program that we did for the team, we've then branched out and said, hey, we're doing this for our team. We found out that what we're doing really works, and there's an unmet need in the marketplace for this because we couldn't find it either. And so what we did was we came up with basically a model off of what we do at the Gary Mercer team. So these are all things that we do at the Gary Mercer team. And now we're putting them out to the public, basically as a program called Blink Marketing. So it's marketing that is available on 3 different levels. So for everybody's price point and comfort level, or for whatever needs that they may have. But if you don't have somebody who's out there doing it for you, then it may give you the leverage again that you need in order to have that omnipresence in front of all your past clients, in front of your sphere, to get those extra transactions and to create that snowball effect that has resulted in the success that our team has had. And if anybody's been watching, I mean, we really have made a jump from before we came to KW. We really have made a jump and made progress in terms of where we are right now. With that, I will jump over to, if you guys have any interest, we have a couple things. We want to offer, there's a free trial that we can offer, so you guys can go in, you can see some of the materials. Feel free to use any of them. Even if you want to kind of start to create your own based off of what we've done, it's there as a guide, and it's there for you to use. So there's a free trial, and I'll get to that in just a second. But basically, what the program entails is all social media for the month. It's the images and it's the copy. So it's the, the actual picture and then what you're supposed to say about it. So you don't have to come up with that. Depending on the level that you're interested in, Either you can manually do it yourself and you can program out, again, using like a Hootsuite or a Buffer or a Deliberate. You can program it yourself, or we can do it for you at a level 2. So that's what our team does for us. So our team programs out our social media. It's totally okay that me and Alex and Erica and JR and Jim, well, not JR, he doesn't post too much on social, but it's okay that we all have the same, certain things, because my sphere, my past clients are different than, Sean's sphere and his past clients. And our audiences intersect at agents, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine that you see that, agents see the same thing. I mean, it's consistency. Alex put in the chat the free trial link. So if that's there, if anybody wants to take advantage of it. Again, we do the newsletters, a monthly theme. We do the pop buys, we have events, postcards, and then we have a whole host of other stuff. So like, remember when I was like, people say, oh, you're everywhere, because of the consistency in the branding. So even like our just listeds, our just solds, any of our realtor marketing, anything like that, again, it's all consistency and branding, so they recognize you wherever they see you. Now, Alex said you can see the whole plan if you go to blinkmarketingagency.com. So take a look at that. There'll be samples on there. So even if you guys, like I said, if you want to do, use the formula that we've come up with, it's a little bit different than like the 36 or 33 touch. It's like that amped up a little bit, because we really do believe a lot in social media and the power of social media. It really has dramatically affected our business, and we have to integrate that as a key part of our plan. So let me jump over, bear with me one sec. There's 2 theme options, so you guys will see when you kind of log in, you can do script or you can do bold. One's a little bit, more fancy, one's a little bit more, kind of clear cut. So we have 2 different options for everything. And again, if you guys want to try it out, we would love for you to take advantage of it, use it. We're all about like the rip off and duplicate here. We don't think that you need to reinvent the wheel. If what we found works, we're happy to share it with anybody else. And so again, whether you want to do it on your own, if you need help and you need leverage to do it, we're here for you through Blink Marketing to be able to do that. For us, it's been a game changer for our business. I will absolutely say that. Auto social posting for me has been huge. It really has been. The one other thing I want to mention is we are, since we're just kind of launching our company here, we are looking for 2 agents who are basically about $5 million at least producers who would be interested in using our level 2 program for free for about 2 months. And in exchange, we would love to get some feedback and a testimonial on how you've seen it work. Like, how, for us, like, let us know if you have any issues or concerns or anything like that. But then, how has this affected your business? Have you noticed anything different? So far, I mean, we just had one of the agents who we're going to be using as a testimonial. What did he say the other day, Alex?
Oh, he texted me at like, I don't know, 8 a.m. saying, thank you. I just saw the post. It was wonderful. I was wondering why everyone was commenting on my Instagram. I didn't know what was on there, because once it's done for you, you don't have to worry about it, and therefore sometimes forget about it, which is good because you have other things to focus on. Same thing with like the mailers. Why do you have to reinvent the wheel or go out and find 5 different companies to do all of these things when you can have one company do all of the marketing campaigns for you on all mediums?
Yeah.
It was built out of necessity.
It totally was. Totally was. And we have a marketing person on our team. So like we needed this in addition to that. Like that's the craziness of all this. And again, this is not to take away from like what everybody can do on their own, like whether it's through designs, through command, whether it's through Canva. Listen, we know a lot of you guys can just jump in there, you can do your own thing. But again, this is all about leverage, right? This is all about using your time in the best way possible to do the highest dollar producing activities that you can do. And that's what this comes down to. So does anybody have any questions, or does anybody, you know, or did I miss anything, Alex and Angie, that you guys want to elaborate on a little bit more?
No, there's really just something for everybody. You know, like I know Sharra and I both, and Erica, and I don't even know who else, pay for like these social media sites that are like $29 a month, or like I had subscribed to like 4 of them and was getting nothing out of it because I didn't want to post to it. I think I'm still on them. I need to get off of them, but I was still posting to them, or still paying them, because no one wants to go in and search for images to post. And it's too much. I want someone to tell me exactly how to do it, when to do it, or do it for me, which is our level 2. And so you can do something like ours is the same cost, but you get everything in every template, or you can do the one where we do everything for you. And it's really pretty reasonable in price for what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do. So you guys, you don't have to use our program. It's coffee and contracts, agent create, social, what is it? Ladies of social.
Ladies of real estate. Yeah.
Yeah, ladies of real estate. There's a million out there, and you know, use any of them, but which is totally fine. So like if you want content, like those are just other places you can go to get this same similar type of content. Again, the key for us has been the consistency in message and the consistency in branding. So like I never felt like those other places, like really, this is like by agents for agents. You know, they don't get what's relevant to our clients, right? So that's definitely a part of it. And then don't ever worry, again, that I never worry about somebody else is posting the same thing as me. Because there's been times when, even before we did all this, when Alex and Annie Murphy on our team would both post something from like Ladies of Real Estate, I think, and no one cares. No one cares if you post if you both have the same thing. So again, that is like such a non-issue. You know, we want to get those good messages out to our sphere and to our clients, and get those referrals, get that repeat business. People are watching you more than you know. So, anything else, guys? Does anybody want to chime in? You know, pick our brain for anything? Yeah, anything that that we do that you've got questions about? No? Okay.
Thank you, Sharra. I just want to say that you gave us so much. It's like drinking from a fire hydrant at this point. It's all good stuff. I think I need to watch this about 10 times to really digest everything. But thank you.
Good. Thank you. Well, Alex and Angie are insanely talented. Like, they have really come up with all of this. I mean, just brilliant in terms of, Angie's designs, and just Alex's like marketing savvy. They're just amazing. They amaze me daily. So they are just awesome. So if you guys have any questions, or if you need anything, let us know. We're here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out anytime. But thank you so much for kind of taking time out of your day. I know how crazy it is right now, so that really means a lot that you guys did that. So we appreciate it, and we're here for you if you need anything. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys. All
Bye-bye.
Right. And happy birthday, Jim, again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.